Welcome, fellow travelers, to a place that pulses with a life all its own. We're diving headfirst into the heart of Pattaya's neon-drenched world, into a street that's whispered about in hushed tones, and shouted about in celebratory roars. This is SOI 6. It's a place of raw energy, a sensory overload. That hits you the moment you step onto its pavement. Before we get lost in this electric maze, make sure you subscribe, and stick around until the very end. I promise, you'll want the full, unfiltered SOI 6 experience. Also, check out the other videos on the playlist for more adventures. This isn't just another street, it's a living, breathing organism, a complex ecosystem of desire, commerce, human connection. It's loud, it's chaotic, it's unapologetically itself. Many have heard the stories, the legends, the warnings. But what is the reality behind the vibrant chaos and the endless invitations? We are here to find out, to peel back the layers of this infamous destination. We'll look beyond the surface, past the glowing signs and the booming music, to understand the people and the forces that make this street one of the most talked about places in all of Southeast Asia. Our journey is one of curiosity, not judgment. In this exploration, we'll journey through the very fabric of SOI 6. We will start with its history, uncovering how a simple lane transformed from a quiet part of a fishing village into this world-renowned hub of nightlife. Then, we will immerse ourselves in the present, walking the street after dark, to capture the sights, the sounds, and the smells. We will meet the characters who define this place, from the girls calling out from the doorways, to the stoic food vendors feeding the masses. It's a world with its own set of unwritten rules, and we'll learn them together. Finally, we'll equip you with the knowledge you need to navigate this wild territory yourself. Should you ever choose to visit, we'll cover the essential rules of engagement, the practical tips for staying safe, and the importance of showing respect in a place that thrives on a delicate balance. This is more than just a tour of a famous street. It's an attempt to understand a unique and often misunderstood piece of modern Thailand. So, get ready. We're going inside SOI 6, and we're taking you with us every step of the way. The neon is calling. Section 1. From Fishing Village to GI Haven. Before the neon signs flickered to life, before the bass-heavy music spilled onto the streets, Pattaya was a world away from what it is today. Imagine a quiet coastline, dotted with small fishing boats bobbing gently in the Gulf of Thailand. This was the reality for centuries. Families lived simple lives, their rhythms dictated by the tides and the seasons. The air smelled of salt and drying fish, not cheap perfume and street food. The loudest sounds were the calls of seabirds and the chatter of fishermen mending their nets. It was a tranquil, almost forgotten corner of the world, a place where time seemed to move at a slower, more deliberate pace. This idyllic quiet was shattered in the 1960s. The Vietnam War was raging, and the United States military was looking for a place for its soldiers to rest and recuperate, a place for R&R, rest and recreation. Pattaya, with its beautiful beaches and proximity to the Utapao Air Base, was the perfect candidate. The first American GIs arrived, and with them came money, a thirst for entertainment, and a culture clash that would forever alter the destiny of this small village. The sleepy fishing community was about to be awakened in a way no one could have ever predicted. The demand for bars, restaurants, and companionship grew almost overnight. The transformation was swift and irreversible. Local Thais, seeing an unprecedented economic opportunity, began catering to the new arrivals. Simple huts were converted into makeshift bars. Guest houses popped up along the beachfront. The local economy, once reliant on the sea, now found a new and far more lucrative source of income. A fisherman who once earned a few baht a day could now make many times that by opening a small bar or renting out a room. This influx of foreign soldiers and their dollars was the catalyst, the spark that ignited the fire of development that would soon consume the entire coastline. This era laid the very foundation for modern Pattaya. The GIs weren't just tourists. They were the pioneers of a new kind of tourism for the area. They created the demand that shaped the supply, and the city grew around their needs. The men came seeking an escape from the horrors of war, and Pattaya offered a temporary paradise of sun, sand, and distractions. As one old-timer who worked in a bar back then might recall, they were just boys, far from home. They had money to spend and stories to forget. We gave them a place to do both. This period marked the end of innocence for Pattaya and the beginning of its complex, often controversial, identity. Section 2. The birth of a neon legend. As Pattaya expanded rapidly in the 1970s and in the 1980s after the American military presence waned, a new wave of visitors arrived: international tourists. The city had a reputation and it marketed itself as a premier beach resort destination. The infrastructure left behind by the R&R era created a ready-made playground. The main beach road developed with larger hotels, restaurants. Meanwhile, smaller side streets, SOIs, cultivated unique identities. SOI 6 was originally a simple lane connecting Beach Road to Second Road. It was perfectly positioned but just off the main drag, allowing a different scene to flourish away from family-friendly resorts. In its early days, SOI 6 was not the concentrated spectacle it is today. It was a collection of a few beer bars and small guest houses. But Pattaya's tourism industry boomed, driven by a global fascination with Thailand. Entrepreneurs saw potential in its short, walkable layout. They packed a high density of entertainment venues into a compact space. Tourists wanted cheap drinks and easygoing fun. SOI 6 provided both in abundance. The street became a microcosm of Pattaya's nightlife. Competition between bars was fierce and the energy was high, driving it to become ever more vibrant and explicit. The street's fame grew by word of mouth. Backpackers, sex tourists, curious travelers. It wasn't just a place with bars, it was a street that was the bar. The entire lane became an open-air party. Girls sitting on stools outside every doorway, calling to passers-by. This interactive, in-your-face style contrasted with conventional go-go bars on Walking Street. SOI 6 offered a rawer experience, more direct, more honest. It wasn't trying to be glamorous. It was loud. It was proud. Unapologetically focused on one thing: a good time. By the turn of the millennium, SOI 6 had cemented its legendary status. It became a key pillar of Pattaya's tourism economy, drawing visitors who came specifically for the nightlife. The ecosystem became more complex, with hundreds of bars, each with its own theme music and group of women. The venues are almost exclusively bar beers or short-time bars. These are open-fronted establishments where customers can sit and drink, chat with the staff, and, if they choose, pay a bar fine to take a lady out of the bar for a period of time. This model defines the entire street and is the engine of its economy. Section 3. The rules of the game. To understand SOI 6, you must understand the cultural and legal landscape it operates within. Officially, prostitution is illegal in Thailand. This is a fact that surprises many visitors who see the overt nature of streets like SOI 6. However, the reality on the ground is far more nuanced. The law is often selectively enforced, and a system of patronage and tacit understandings allows the industry to thrive as a massive, undeclared part of the tourism sector. The authorities are well aware of what goes on, but as long as things remain orderly and don't cause major public disturbances, they often turn a blind eye. This creates a gray area where the business of pleasure can operate openly. This legal ambiguity shapes the very language and interactions on the street. You will never see a sign that explicitly advertises sex for sale. Instead, a system of codes and euphemisms has evolved. The bar fine is a perfect example. A customer pays a fee to the bar to compensate for the time a staff member will be away. What happens after they leave the bar is considered a private matter between two consenting adults. This plausible deniability is crucial for everyone involved, from the bar owners to the workers to the local police. It allows the commerce to proceed without directly breaking the letter of the law in a way that would force a crackdown. Within this framework, Thai culture also plays a significant role. The concept of sanuk, or fun, is deeply ingrained in Thai society, and this often extends to a more relaxed attitude towards nightlife and entertainment. Furthermore, the cultural importance of supporting one's family is paramount. For many of the women working on SOI 6, this is not a career of choice, but a means of economic survival. They are often the primary breadwinners for their families back in poorer, rural provinces. A former worker might say, "I send money home for my son to go to school and for my parents. This is my job. I smile, I make the customer happy, and I take care of my family." This blend of unenforced laws, economic necessity, and cultural norms creates the unique environment of SOI 6. It is a world with its own unwritten rules. Respect is key. While the atmosphere is playful and transactional, the women are working, and they expect to be treated with courtesy. Aggressive or disrespectful behavior is not tolerated, either by the women or the bar security. Understanding this dynamic is essential for anyone visiting. It is a commercial zone, a party zone, and a workplace all at once, operating under a delicate balance that has been perfected over decades of practice. It's a game, and knowing the rules is the first step to playing it safely. As dusk settles over Pattaya, a transformation begins. The oppressive heat of the day gives way to a balmy evening, and SOI 6 starts to awaken. It is a slow and deliberate process at first. One by one, the neon signs flicker to life, painting the narrow street in a kaleidoscope of electric pinks, blues, greens. The lane becomes a canyon of pure, unrelenting light. The glow is so intense it blots out the night sky, creating a self-contained world. This is not just lighting, it is an invitation, a beacon calling out into the darkness, promising excitement and escape from the mundane. The architecture of the street itself contributes to this feeling of immersion. Buildings packed tightly together, rising several stories high, a tunnel effect. Signs hang from every available surface, overlapping and competing for attention. Butterfly Bar, Horny Bar, Deja Vu, The Love Club. They are a visual language all their own, a testament to the density of desire and commerce. Walking down the middle of the street feels like navigating a ravine carved by decades of nightlife. Walls of pure, buzzing energy on either side. The light is more than decoration. It sets the entire mood. It casts a surreal, flattering glow on everything and everyone. Faces are softened, imperfections hidden, a dreamlike, cinematic quality. Neon reflects off wet pavement after a brief tropical shower, turning the ground into a shimmering river of color. A photographer's dream and a sensory overload for the uninitiated. This relentless bath of artificial light is the first thing that hits you, a powerful, non-verbal statement. You've crossed a threshold into a different reality. This visual spectacle is a deliberate strategy. In a place with hundreds of nearly identical bars, you must be brighter, bolder, more eye-catching. An arms race of illumination for the attention of the men who wander the street. The result? A breathtaking, almost overwhelming display of commercial art. The neon is the lifeblood of SOI 6, the electric pulse, the heartbeat. Without it, the character would vanish, leaving just another anonymous lane. It is the first and most powerful sensory hit of the SOI 6 experience. Once your eyes adjust to the neon glare, your ears are next to be assaulted. SOI 6 is anything but quiet. It is a wall of sound, a chaotic symphony where dozens of different songs clash and merge into a single, thumping entity. Each bar, open to the street, blasts its own music. Latest pop hits from one doorway, classic rock from another, high-energy electronic dance music from a third. The sounds bleed into each other, creating a disorienting but strangely hypnotic cacophony. The relentless bass provides a physical sensation, a vibration you can feel in your chest as you walk, the very air seeming to thrum with energy. Layered on top of the music is the human element. The most distinctive sound of SOI 6 is the chorus of female voices. "Hello, handsome man. Where you go? Come have a drink with me." The calls are playful, insistent, and a constant soundtrack to the street. They are a mix of practiced lines and genuine attempts to make a connection, to be the one voice that stands out from the crowd. Sometimes it's a simple hello, other times a teasing question. The collective effect is a constant, flowing river of invitation that pulls you along the street. Then there are the other noises that fill in the gaps. You hear the clink of beer bottles, and the loud, sudden ringing of a bell, signaling that a customer is buying a round of drinks for the staff, followed by a chorus of cheerful thank yous. Street food vendors add their own sounds to the mix, the sizzle of meat hitting a hot grill, and the vendor's call advertising their wares. It is a rich and complex soundscape, a testament to the sheer amount of life and activity packed into such a small space. The smells of SOI 6 are just as potent and varied as the sounds. The sweet, cheap perfume worn by the bar girls mingles with the smell of spilled beer and cigarette smoke. This is layered with the delicious, savory scent of street food cooking over charcoal. You can smell grilled pork skewers, spicy som-tam salad, and fried noodles all at once. It is a strange combination of the artificial and the organic, the alluring and the gritty. This sensory portrait, the clashing music, the chorus of voices, and the complex smells, defines the atmosphere. It's an intoxicating brew that is uniquely SOI 6. SOI 6 is a true melting pot, a temporary intersection for people from every corner of the globe, and all walks of life. The most visible group, of course, are the tourists. They are a diverse bunch. Young backpackers in their 20s, faces full of awe and apprehension. Older men, seasoned nightlife veterans, walking with a confident stride. Groups of men on a lad's holiday, laughing and egging each other on. Solo travelers, quietly observing, taking it all in. Their motivations are varied: curiosity, loneliness, a search for adventure. Then there are the expats, the foreigners who have made Pattaya their home. They are often older, retired men from Europe, Australia, America. They move with a sense of familiarity that tourists lack. They have their favorite bars, their favorite girls, and a well-established routine. They might be found sitting at a corner bar, nursing a beer, and chatting with the bar owner like old friends. For them, SOI 6 is not a wild, exotic adventure. It is their local pub, their community center. I know everyone here. It's a village. People see the neon, but I see my friends. It's home, in a strange way. The most vital faces in the crowd are those of the workers. The young Thai women, mostly from the poorer, rural northeast region of Isan, are the engine of SOI 6. They sit on stools outside the bars, dressed in bikinis, dressed in schoolgirl uniforms, dressed in nurse outfits. Their expressions range from bored to playful, from weary to genuinely happy. They are masters of reading people, of switching on the charm in an instant. They are here to work, to earn money to send back to their families. Each smile, each hello is part of a job that requires immense social skill and emotional resilience. Finally, you have the supporting cast that keeps the whole ecosystem running. There are the mamasins, the older women who manage the bars, and the girls, keeping everything in order with a watchful eye. You see the security guards, large and imposing figures who ensure the fun never gets out of hand. And there are the street vendors, pushing their carts through the crowds, selling grilled squid, selling fluorescent toys. Together, these different groups create a dynamic and constantly shifting human landscape. SOI 6 is a stage, and every person on it, whether a customer or a worker, is playing a role in a nightly performance. Section 4. The Dance of Transaction. Interactions on SOI 6 follow a well-rehearsed script, a dance that newcomers and regulars learn fast. You walk down the street. A girl from a bar will make eye contact. She smiles. She calls out to you. If you show any interest, a returned smile, or a pause in your step, the invitation becomes more direct. Come sit with me. Just one drink. There is no pressure to say yes. A polite smile or a shake of the head ends the interaction. You keep walking. So many invitations that no single rejection is taken personally. Another potential customer is often just a few steps behind. If you accept, you're led to a seat in an open-air bar. The girl sits with you. A server comes to take your order. You buy a drink for yourself. You buy a drink for your companion. Lady drinks cost more than a regular beer. They are a key part of the girl's income. From there, it's what you make of it. Simple conversation play, connect four, or sit and watch the world go by. The atmosphere stays relaxed and low pressure. The goal, make you comfortable and encourage more drinks. For many, that's the end. A few drinks, pleasant chat, then on to the next bar. But the option for more exists. If you enjoy someone's company, you can pay the bar fine. A set fee paid to the bar lets the girl leave with you for an agreed period. It compensates the bar for lost lady drink earnings. A mammason might say, "You pay bar fine, she is free. No work now. She go with you." After the bar fine, it's a private negotiation between you and the girl. The terms, the duration, and the price are discussed and agreed directly. This keeps the deal separate from the bar. Plausible deniability. The two-step process, public bar fine, private negotiation, is SOI 6's business model. A dance of commerce, letting companionship and intimacy be sold in plain sight. All within an ambiguous legal framework. A transaction wrapped in layers of social ritual. Section 1. Navigating the neon maze. So you've decided to see it for yourself. The first thing to know is timing. SOI 6 is a creature of the night, but it wakes up early. The action starts to kick off in the early afternoon, around 2 p.m., around 3 p.m. under the bright tropical sun. However, the street truly comes alive after sunset, from about 7 p.m. until it officially closes around 1 a.m. For the full, intense, sensory overload experience, the peak hours are between 9 p.m. and midnight. This is when the crowds are thickest, the music is loudest, and the energy is at its most frantic. Arriving earlier offers a more relaxed, less crowded introduction to the scene. Getting there is simple. SOI 6 runs between Pattaya Beach Road and 2nd Road, parallel to SOI 7 and SOI 8. It's a one-way street with traffic flowing from the Beach Road side towards 2nd Road. The easiest way to arrive is by bot bus. For a flat fee of 10 baht, you can hop on one running down 2nd Road and simply press the buzzer when you see the glowing entrance to SOI 6. Alternatively, you can take a motorcycle taxi or a Grab, but be prepared for them to drop you at either end of the street, as navigating the crowded lane itself is nearly impossible for vehicles at night. When it comes to money, cash is king on SOI 6. While some larger bars might accept cards, the vast majority of transactions, beers, lady drinks, bar fines, street food, are handled with Thai baht. It's wise to visit an ATM before you enter the street. Bring small notes if you can. Trying to pay for a 90 baht beer with a 1,000 baht note can be inconvenient. Be mindful of your money. Don't flash large wads of cash. A common scam, though not unique to SOI 6, is the short change trick. Always count your change carefully after any purchase. It's a simple precaution that can save you a headache later. Finally, a word on bar hopping. The beauty of SOI 6 is its density. You can experience a dozen different vibes just by walking a few hundred meters. Don't feel obligated to stay in the first bar you enter. The accepted etiquette is to buy at least one drink if you sit down. Finish it, be polite, and then feel free to move on. The girls are used to this and won't be offended. The goal is to find a place where you feel comfortable. Each bar has a slightly different atmosphere, different music, and a different group of staff. Exploring is part of the experience, so take your time and wander through the neon maze. Section 2. The Unwritten Rules of Respect. Navigating SOI 6 isn't just logistics, it's the human element. Respect is the most important rule. It's a party for you, a workplace for the women. They are not objects, people supporting families far away. Treat them like any service worker. A smile, a polite, no thank you. Mayao, crap basic human decency. Aggressive, demanding, rude behavior, unwelcome and security will side with staff. Photography and videography can cause real harm. The street is public, but pointing a camera into a bar or at a person without permission is a breach. Many women don't want their faces broadcast online. Want a photo with a girl? Ask permission first. Most will happily take a selfie. Walking the street filming everything is disrespectful and invites angry shouts. Losing face matters. Don't cause a public scene. If there's a dispute, stay calm and discreet. Speak to the mama-san. She will arbitrate. Escalation never helps. Stay calm and friendly. Jai yen yen. Flirting and teasing are part of the performance. Don't confuse it with real romance. Real friendships can form, but know the interactions are primarily transactional. Be clear about your intentions and respect boundaries. Enjoy the fantasy, but keep the reality in mind. SOI 6 is generally safe, especially considering its wild reputation. The bar owners have a vested interest in keeping the area secure for tourists. However, like any crowded nightlife district, it pays to be vigilant. The most common issue is petty theft. Keep your wallet in your front pocket, be aware of your phone and other valuables, especially when the street is packed. Don't leave your belongings unattended on a table when you go to the bathroom. The chaos and constant movement provide cover for opportunistic pickpockets. A little awareness is your best defense. Always watch your drink being opened or poured. Drink spiking is not rampant, but it does happen. Never accept a drink from a stranger. Be wary if someone offers to top up your glass from a jug. Be wary if someone offers to top up from a pre-mixed bottle. Stick to bottled beers you open yourself, or bottled beers you see opened in front of you. Know your limits. The atmosphere encourages heavy drinking. Losing control makes you an easy target for scams or theft. Pace yourself. Alternate alcoholic drinks with a bottle of water. Watch your bar bill. Keep a rough mental tally of what you've ordered. Mistakes happen, sometimes not accidental. Some bars might add an extra drink or two. When leaving, ask for your bill. Check it and look it over. If there's a discrepancy, politely point it out to the server or mama-san. Stay calm. Most legitimate mistakes are corrected without fuss. Use licensed, reliable transport to head home. Motorcycle taxi drivers in numbered, colored vests are a safe short-distance option. For longer trips or if unsure, use Grab or Bolt. That way the fare is fixed and there's a digital record. Avoid unmarked cars or freelance drivers on the street. A safe end to the night is as important as the fun you had. Let's talk frankly about health. If your visit to SOI 6 involves more than just drinking beer, taking precautions is non-negotiable. Sexually transmitted infections are a reality in any red light district worldwide. Protection is not optional, it's essential. Condoms are readily available at every convenience store. 7-Eleven, Family Mart. They are at both ends of the SOI and all over Pattaya. Insist on using one every single time. Your long-term health matters more than a moment of recklessness. This is personal responsibility. Take it seriously. Understanding the legal side is critical. SOI 6 operates in a legal gray area. Police generally don't interfere with bars, but they have zero tolerance for illegal drugs. Do not buy, sell, or use illicit substances in Pattaya. Penalties for drug offenses are extremely severe. If someone offers drugs, say a firm and immediate no. All women working on SOI 6 should be adults. The age of consent in Thailand is 18. Bars are strict about not employing anyone underage. If anyone appears underage, walk away immediately. In an emergency, know who to call. The most helpful resource for foreigners is the tourist police. They have English-speaking officers trained to help travelers. Their national hotline is 1155. Save that number in your phone before you go out. For medical emergencies, the ambulance number is 1669. Pattaya has international standard hospitals. Knowing these numbers and where the nearest tourist police station is can be a crucial lifeline. So, that is SOI 6. A short, narrow street that holds a universe of stories within its neon glow. We have walked its length from its origins as a quiet lane in a fishing village to its current status as a world-famous chaotic hub of nightlife. We've seen how history shaped it. Driven by war, driven by tourism into an economic engine running on desire and transaction. We've immersed ourselves in its sensory overload, clashing music, kaleidoscope of lights, perfume, grilled meat, constant invitations. Exactly what it appears to be, yet so much more complex beneath the surface. A raw, unapologetic slice of modern Thailand. We've learned the practicalities, the unwritten rules of engagement. Best time to visit, how to handle your money, how to move from bar to bar. The dance of the transaction, the simple lady drink the bar fine. A system built on plausible deniability. This knowledge is your map and guide. The street has a rhythm, a pulse of its own. Understanding it is the key to appreciating the experience without falling into pitfalls. Most importantly, essentials of safety and respect. Not lawless, a community with its own code. Treat people with decency. Be aware of your surroundings. Take responsibility for your health and safety. Avoid the red lines. Drugs disrespect ambiguity about age. SOI 6 can be fun and eye-opening. Letting loose, witnessing a unique cultural phenomenon. But that fun depends on smart, responsible, respectful behavior. It's a party with rules. In the end, SOI 6 is a paradox. Fantasy built on the real economic needs of thousands. Chaotic, structured public, intensely private. Many judge from afar, few truly understand. Our journey looked past labels to the mechanisms, people, culture. From GIs of the past to tourists of today. A reflection of visitors' desires. The echo of the neon lingers long after you've left. Beyond the noise, the commerce, and the sensory assault, what truly sticks with you is the human side of SOI 6. Streets like this matter because they are raw, unfiltered intersections of humanity. They are places where people from vastly different worlds collide for a brief moment, each seeking something from the other. For the traveler, it might be a cure for loneliness, an adventure, or just a cheap beer and a good story. For the woman in the bar, it is a livelihood, a way to build a house for her parents, or send her child to a better school. In this transactional space, genuine moments of connection, laughter, and kindness still happen. These places are an undeniable part of the fabric of cities like Pattaya. They are economic lifelines for entire communities, channeling tourist money directly into the hands of people who need it, often bypassing traditional structures. To ignore or simply condemn them is to ignore the complex realities of globalization, economic disparity, and human nature itself. SOI 6 is not pretty, and it's not for everyone. But it is honest in its own way. It doesn't hide what it is. It puts its purpose out there under the brightest of lights for all to see. That in itself is fascinating and worthy of examination. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into one of the world's most infamous streets. I hope it has given you a new perspective. Our journey doesn't have to end here. For more explorations into the fascinating corners of our planet, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. And don't forget to check out the other videos in our playlist for more adventures. We peel back the layers of places you've only heard about, trying to find the truth behind the myths. There is always more to the story than meets the eye. Now, as promised at the beginning, for those of you who have stuck with me, it's time for the full SOI 6 experience. We are going to take a final walk from one end of the street to the other, with minimal commentary. Just the pure, unfiltered sights and sounds of the Neon Canyon at its peak. This is your chance to immerse yourself, to feel the energy, and to see the world we've just discussed in its rawest form. So, sit back, turn up the volume, and let's take one last walk through the wild heart of Pattaya. This is SOI 6 in all its chaotic glory.